Hey everybody, it is Rob from Flailthroughs, and this is something a little bit different. This is a Sega Genesis game that I have always liked. It is called Target Earth, known in Japan as Assault Suit Leynos, and it's about to have a remake put out for the PS4, which, if I can figure out the share settings on the PS4, I may do a recording of that as well, the demo at least, because can't afford the full game at the moment, but demo's pretty good. But I think you'll figure out why I decided to do this, because when you see what it looks like and how it plays, you'll get a good idea of what's going on and, why I like it so much. But yeah, take a look at that. It is so Gundam it hurts. That is what I like about this game. Okay, and yeah, we have to get our assault suits ready. The spread gun, the shotgun basically, and the DD, I have no idea what it is, but my uncle, who is actually big into My Little Pony, has advised me to call it the party cannon. But yeah, hopefully I activated the cheat properly, because this is a damn hard game. And so, if you press start on player 2, you're invincible. So, I believe that first enemy robot being totally immobile like that is like a sign that it has worked, but when my health hits 0, which will happen fairly quickly, we'll be able to tell for sure. I'm going to ignore the totally not Zaku's here and move on. I set the difficulty to maximum. I can't handle it, to be honest, on normal very well, but on hyper it's going to be more impressive to play through, and also I'll get better bonuses based on some of the things I kill. So, okay. So now I have to destroy an enemy warship. And that's actually pretty easy. Well, let me take this thing out first. Yep, invincible. Yay. Okay, so let me get out the party cannon. Well, let me kill this thing first, just for the points. But actually, I need to kill this warship, because the farther away you kill it from the base, the more points you get. And yeah, that's the... I guess it's the dust cannon or something, whatever the D stands for, but... what the D stands for is flecks of explosive dirt drifting down through the enemy and doing tremendous damage, as you can see. So, yeah, this is a really good little game. It's like I said, it's tough as hell, but it's really good. And let's see, I get for my trouble the grenade launcher and some extra armor and the 150mm bazooka. The armor is pointless because I am invincible, but we'll take the other two things. Yeah, so... yeah, as you can see, it is very 80s mecha. I'll save the bazooka for some of the for the end of the stage, which is tough. As you can see, everyone else is also using a Leynos, but I'm fancy because mine is in white, because, gosh, the hero in a white robot, no idea where they came up with that. And here's my guy to provide covering fire. I actually recorded this like a week ago, and I had to scrap it because the volume was so overwhelming. So, this is me redoing the recording with the game's volume set to 1, so I think that should be a... oops. My escort is taking heavy damage, so I need to move on before he gets destroyed too early. Because there's someplace specific I need him to be destroyed. Come on, guy. None of your other weapons reload once you run out of ammo. Only the Gatling gun, the light and heavy Gatling gun weapons, the heavy you probably won't see until the end of the game, ever do that. And here's our rival, who has some kind of horrible laser weapon. And yes, totally not Char, as you can see, because he is blue, not red. Totally other guy. No resemblance, no relation. Grenade launcher kind of has an arc and a very shallow one at that, so... But I do want to save the bazooka for the end of the stage, because there's something I have to do. There are bits of this that you can still fail very easily while invincible, and you'll see the biggest one is coming up in stage 3, so you'll see that in a moment. But, yeah. I'm using a white robot to kill green robots, and later on Earth, there will be blue robots. So, you know, can't possibly imagine, you know, what could have influenced the aesthetics of this game. Not in the least. I'm using the Type B aiming. Type A aiming just aims wherever you're pointed. You can aim the gun up or down, but if you move, it'll level it. Type B aiming keeps your gun at the same level when you move, and you have to consciously use up or down to rearrange it, which is vastly superior for this. Now, what I have to do is allow as many friendlies to board the ship as possible. So, there's only so long I can stay. If I stay too long, they will leave without me, and it's game over. But I get a warning first, so that's okay. And as long as I can keep them focused on me, the more friendly mobile suits will, or assault suits, will get into the cockpit. Out of bazooka shots already, so... Dust Devil's not really useful on land, but they're on me so close I can use the grenade launcher fairly easily, so... Okay, so I need to get aboard in a second. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds with the hopes of getting a couple more friendlies on board for bonus points. As you can see, the grenade launcher actually hits a wider area if it hits the ground, so... I'm not sure if it does more damage if it doesn't, but... Okay, yeah. Kill these guys. Anybody else coming? I don't see them, so it's welcome aboard. And now we take off. Oh, there's a guy. Sorry, guy. I did my best, but it was getting hairy, so... So I got the better grenade launcher, the missile pod, another shotgun, another bazooka, and another party cannon. We're going to take the better grenade launcher, the shotgun, and the bazooka, because those are the best things. But... And now we have to destroy an enemy warship nearby. And we have 5 minutes to atmospheric entry. Again, I wonder where they came up with that idea. That's a good loadout. Okay, so the first thing we do is we're going to load up our bazooka. And off the catapult we go. Totally not Gundam. Not at all. Now, this is the only stage where Type B aiming is a pain in the butt, because, as you can see, trying to adjust my attitude while aiming my gun takes a light touch. You have to tap it to adjust your aim, and then hold it to move. So, okay, did not find the enemy warship on this pass. It's probably above. There it is. So, we will kill this totally not a Musai. Actually, this is not that Musai-esque, so that's not a totally fair criticism. It's just that it's, you know, a green warship full of green robots that are trying to kill me. Oops, ran the first bazooka dry, so let's get the second one. There. Now we just hold out for 5 minutes, and the closer we can re-enter the ship to the countdown being over, the more points we get. Beyond which, actually, maybe that you get more points the earlier you go in, but the thing is, I may be invincible, but the ship takes damage. So... Yeah, I know I'm cheating, but I just want to show this off because I think it's a neat game and I enjoy it. And luckily the arcade, it's the arcade mode that in the Leynos demo for PS4, significantly easier than this. The classic mode is still there, and it's just as hard as the highest difficulty on the Genesis version. But yeah, arcade version, not too bad. So, just killing some totally not Zaku's and waiting to get the countdown. And then I think there's like 2 shuttles and you can board either one in case the first one explodes. Of course, if it explodes while you're in it, game over. So, yeah. Wait to board the shuttle until the last possible moment. But not too long because it can be a little fiddly to get aboard sometimes. So, actually, let's empty the first shotgun, which is not going to take much before we start on the second. There we go. Kill that little enemy fighter. I forget if Xeon had space fighters. I know the Federation did, but I think Xeon may have gone entirely to mobile suits for space. That, and of course the Musai and the Kamsai, but... or Komusai, depending on your translation. I default to the Mobile Suit Gundam translation, the Ocean Group one, because it was pretty carefully overseen by Yoshiyuki Tomino and also Mark Simmons, one of the nicest guys on the internet, and also like the English language expert on Gundam for a very long time. So I still want to get the Gundam The Origin manga that Vertical Entertainment has put out, but I was always kind of sad they didn't let him finish it. But what the hey. So yeah. Grenade launcher fairly strong, and of course you don't have to worry about that arc in 0G. It just flies very slowly. Should be getting the timer. Yep. I have a pretty good internal clock, so... So yeah, now we're going to start edging our way back to make sure we find it in time. But keeping our distance so the enemy doesn't blow it up, because there's a lot of them. Yeah, as you can see, with this type of aiming, it's actually kind of hard to hit those ships. Let's switch back. Oh, I still have 10 bazooka shells in this. Or I did. Okay, I have to get inside before the hatch closes. I knew that. Let's see if I can thin out the enemies and find my ship. Should be back over this way somewhere. There it is. Okay, so now I have to keep... I'm going to take a risk and get in a little early because it's hard to line up. We'll probably survive because there aren't any enemies here. You'll be able to tell because the turret will move. But, of course, the enemies have had to back off because they can't survive re-entry either. Yeah, so... And now re-entry to Earth. Yes, and of course the heroes have more boxy, more efficient-looking robots and ships, and the enemies have bigger, fancier, swoopier things, because totally not Gundam. Okay, I got the laser gun, which is not great, the backpack, which is necessary, the better missile gun, and the better shotgun, so... And now we're on Earth and taking part in an aerial battle as we descend. Again, no idea where they got these ideas. Select your weapons now. The spread gun, the backpack, the 2 bazookas, and the grenade launcher for the last one. Actually, no, I'll show you what the laser weapon looks like. It's not great. Okay, so here we are on Earth. We're deploying. And yeah, I have the backpack, which only has a little bit of boost, but can slow your descent enough to avoid those enemies, if you're, careful about it. I forget how much damage his missiles do, except that it is a lot. But yeah. But just so you know more about this series, yeah, and see, on Earth, now stronger blue robots. What a shock. But yeah, just so you know more about this series, because there is a whole series. The sequel was called Assault Suit Leynos, or here in the US it was known as Cybernator for the Super Nintendo, which, excellent game. The controls on this and Cybernator both feel a little clunky at first,